How's it going? Henry here. In this video, we're going to do a weekly update on how much I made podcasting. I'm going to go ahead and share that screen so we can dive right into it. I made a little spreadsheet here. If you've been following along on this channel, my goal is to make $10,000 a month through podcasting. Now, there's a few ways that you can do it, but the idea is if you can make $10,000 a month, which is $120,000 a year, that would give you the freedom to do what you want with your career. If you want to go full time into your passion and podcast, YouTube, whatever that is, you can, or you can continue your job that you might love but not have the fear of not making enough money or all those things. And so that's one of the main objectives right now with this channel is to do that. The goal is to get there by the end of the year. So I'm going to be trying a lot of things with my podcast. I did over 1 million downloads with my podcast last year. It's the Positive Mindset Podcast, and I can just show you for social proof here that I did that. I use Anchor, so this is the Anchor platform. I have 1.2 million plays as of now. Majority of them were received in 2022. I'm projected to do almost 1.5 million downloads this year, so definitely follow along. This is going to be really good. So let's go ahead and look at the numbers and then we'll work backwards from there. What I did is I put together a little spreadsheet for January, and I broke down everything that I have that's considered like an online business. Now, I did put this YouTube channel on here. If it does grow and if you like it and subscribe, I might get some ad revenue from there as well. So I did put it on there. If not, that's fine as well. But if you do like the content, definitely follow along. But I have 2 other podcasts that I just started. So that way you can see them grow from where they're at initially to hopefully getting them as large as my Positive Mindset podcast, because sometimes it's hard when you see an established channel or something like that, seeing what they're doing and being so far away from that. And so that's why I wanted to start the other 2 channels. Plus, I am passionate about doing those things. Like I want to have great conversations, so that's why I started Abundance Talks. And then I also like to do meditations for myself, and I wanted to be able to give those to other people, so that's why I did the other channel. They don't make any money right now. They're not even monetized, but they do exist, so that's why they're on here. So this is the week of the 28th. It's actually the 28th when I'm recording this. And just to kind of dive in the numbers, I made $400.30 from Anchor ads. So if you look at this and we swing over to money, that is what was paid from hosted ads only. Once a month, I do get paid out on the automated ads. That was last week, so I didn't make any from there. So I didn't receive any money from there, so I didn't count that. But host-read ads was $400. You can see it's at $12.35 now because I have already paid that number out, which you can see on the stripe here. I'm going to receive this $430. It usually takes 3 days. But it's already gone back up to $12.35 because it loads, every few seconds it deposits a little bit of money. So to make this kind of money, I want to show you how many listens you have to get to make $400, because unfortunately it is a lot of listens. If I swing over to my dashboard, I can show you. And that's one of the difficult things about only making money from ad revenue. There's better ways to make money. I am just learning how to do that, and so that's why I'm going to be sharing it on this channel. But there's more ways to do it, and hopefully we can figure this out together. But my estimated audience right now is 6,000. That means when a new episode comes out, 6,000 people will probably listen to it within the first 30 days. This is going to continue to go up. It went down because I released a few more episodes. I did a couple meditations, and so with those were in addition to my regular episodes. They didn't get quite as many listens, so it brought it down. And also November and December were slower months for me, so it dropped down. You can actually see the numbers as they drop down. But we can take a look here. So last week I had 32,730 plays, and this week I had 32,328 plays. So a little bit of a drop down there from that, but pretty close to the same. You're talking about 400 or so less plays, but not too big of a difference. I also released more episodes the previous week, so that might have helped. But anyway, yeah, for 32,000 plays, you're gonna make $400. And that's not a lot when you think about how many people listened, but that's just the nature of the beast when it comes with ads. You're just not going to make a lot from it. But there's other ways to make income. So there was additional money I made, and that was from additional sponsor. I do use a site called AdvertiseCast, and they will find advertisers for you so you can get additional sponsors and then you promote it episode. I just got another one with them. It's paying $60 per episode. That's a little bit lower than I normally would accept, but I wanted to, hit this goal of $10,000. So if I like the product, then I will probably do it. Now, I won't just do any product because it has to be something that I feel that is beneficial to the listeners. So that's something to think about. But I made $60 for doing that. So that was an additional 60 right there. And that was only for one episode. My traditional rate is usually double that, 120, but I took the 60 because I want to hit this goal. And then affiliate, and I do run an affiliate, and I'll probably do more videos on that if that's something that you're interested in. This affiliate is a partnership that I set up with somebody that I have met that has their own business, and so it was a direct affiliate program with that. I think that's probably the better way to go. There are companies like websites where there's affiliates that are available and you can do it that way, but you don't really have that personal relationship. And I feel like by going that route, you're kind of looking for ways to make money, and that's not wrong necessarily, but you're going to be thinking about which one makes you the most money, and that's the one you're going to try to promote. At least that's how my mind thinks, and I didn't want to do it that way. I met someone through the podcast. They actually reached out. I really enjoy their product and wanted to share it that way. So I felt like it was a good way to make some extra income. It was a great way to promote their business because I like what they're doing. And then also I believed in the product. So that was kind of like the win-win-win trifecta with affiliate marketing on that. Now, hopefully there'll be more lines. Maybe I'll come up with ideas how to make more money. I do have people reach out that want to do consulting calls, and I haven't charged for any of that. I've pretty much done them for free. But that could be an additional way to make money. Like, there's just so many things that we can figure out as we go. And then, of course, if I start making revenue from these podcasts, that would be extremely helpful because, if I did this on every single one, then I would hit my goal, just from that without having to sell any products at all. But our monthly total, even though it's not the end of the month, I'm not going to get another payout this month. So that'll go into next month, is $2,098. My goal, of course, is $10,000. So I was short $7,901. So we got a lot to make up over the next few months. But if I can add about $1,000 every single month, then I will do it. So I'm just going to have to continue to think, what can I do to add $250 a week? It could be more promotions. It could be affiliate incomes. It could be a different sponsorship. Like, there's so many opportunities. It could just be more listens, like getting more people to listen to it. But there's so many ways. So continue to follow along if you want that content. And if you haven't started your podcast yet, please do it. You're not going to make money for a while. It takes a little while to grow it. Maybe, you'll win the lottery with it and your podcast blows up within the first couple times, but that wasn't the case for me. It took a lot of work. I've made a ton of episodes. We can actually go to my Spotify account. I can tell you how many episodes I've made. I have made 412 episodes of the Positive Mindset Podcast. So I have put a lot of work into making this podcast, and I didn't initially do it for the money. I did see that money was an opportunity for it, but I really did it because it was something I needed. I got laid off from my job, and I just needed something to put my focus in, and it ended up being the podcast, and now it's turned into this thing that's a really beautiful way to make money. And I believe people get value from my podcast, and if they would get value from yours, that's even more reason to do it. So get started with it. A year from now, you could be making this or so much more. If you hopefully can take away some stuff that I've learned. I didn't have anybody show me. I didn't find a lot of content on YouTube on podcasting. It was mostly videos on like, okay, I made this much, but then there wasn't anything more behind it. It wasn't anybody sharing their journey or things like that. And they might be out there. I just didn't find them. So if that's something you want, please follow along. Ask questions below because I don't necessarily know what you want to know. But if you ask a question, I can either do a video on it or just try to type a response, whatever works best. But that's the way we can share and grow this together. I'm also in talks with joining a network, and there's some pros and cons to that. So I can do videos on what it would be like if you join a network, what kind of advertising they could offer, what kind of partnerships they could offer. I think that's probably the biggest value is getting into a partnership program where there's other podcasters so you can go on each other's shows and promote your content, they can promote theirs, and it's just a win-win type of situation. So that's something I'm working on. There's just a lot. So continue to follow up. I'm going to do these videos every Friday so that way you can see the growth, you can see the progress, the money coming in, and to me, $2,000 extra a month is a lot of money, and it makes a huge difference. It's super beneficial, and I would imagine it would be for you too. So keep working hard. I know you can do it, and if you like this channel, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time.